At a barber shop in Connecticut, employees spot a little girl running in the street by their shop. And when she moves to the front of the building, barbers Osvaldo and Rafael become concerned and then panicked as she heads straight toward a major intersection.
From the second we took off running, everything was a blur. All I'm thinking is, you gotta get there, you better be fast, and don't fall.
Osvaldo reaches her just in time.
I just felt this joy because I knew I got her. I knew she was safe.
I feel like God does things in a mysterious way because he gave me the eyes, he gave you the legs. You know?
The girl points the two toward her mother, who is around the corner at a bus stop.
Once I saw her mom and her mom saw me that I have her child in her hand, even though she only said thank you, I could tell in the way that she was looking at me that she was embarrassed, but at the same time, she was thankful.
After the successful reunion, the barbers return to their waiting customers, catch them up on what just happened, and eventually get right back to where they left off. But their extraordinary actions don't go unnoticed.
Once I posted the video on my social media, it just went wild.
It just blew up.
And everybody was proud.
The mayor of East Hartford awards the men at a ceremony with special recognition for their actions, and the local police department publicly commends them.
We are just two barbers that saved the little girl. That was it. No hero.
The word hero is
Too big for us, yep.
It's just too big.
We just did what we were supposed to do, that was all. Then no more, no less.
Yep.
An unmanned catering cart is out of control because, according to reports, a case of water has fallen onto the accelerator pedal. And with each revolution, it comes within inches of hitting the nose of the airplane that's filled with passengers.
Oh my God!
And unfortunately, there isn't much the workers standing around it can do.
Hit the airplane, here it goes.
One man has a plan.
That's how you do it.
The quick-thinking employee intercepts the runaway cart with an airport vehicle known as a pushback tug, and is hailed as a hero by the airline and the passengers on the plane, whose flight is delayed, but only by 10 minutes.
That's how you do it.
In South Africa, tourists on a game drive find themselves confronted by an elephant that is, according to the tour company, agitated over the proximity of the group. And while the guide manages to back the animal off by turning the vehicle toward it and charging, it doesn't last for long. The elephant moves toward the truck again as the driver pleads for mercy, which incredibly seems to work. The elephant then begins to move farther away.
Hey! No!
can't go to the jet.
Is it on? No, is it on? Is it on?
Until finally disappearing into the bush, allowing the guide to radio his base
Sierra 6, emergency.
and ask for assistance.
Are you okay?
I'm not okay. I was being attacked by a toe on the height, right in the height.
It's unclear how long the truck waits before deeming it safe to leave. And while no one is harmed during the attack, many are understandably left rattled. A chest-pounding reminder that paying for a thrilling experience can sometimes leave you with much, much more than you bargained for. For customers and employees alike, there is nothing more harrowing than being the victim of a robbery, especially when it begins with an assault. Kyle O'Connor is helping a customer in his high-end watch store when a construction worker walks in.
This construction worker started walking towards me, and I asked him how I could help him. He said, yeah, we're here from PG&E. We have to do some work on the building. But at the same time, I noticed that there was two other guys outside. One just walking up and then one hanging out over in the corner. Still not abnormal yet at that point, but a little weary. I glanced down at the clipboard and there was just a bunch of writing.
But by the time Kyle realizes something is off, it's too late. The man in construction gear sprays Kyle and his customer with mace, while an accomplice smashes the wash display case with a baseball bat. Incredibly, seconds after being maced, Kyle is able to dial 911, grab his gun, and run the would-be robbers out of the store.
I kept yelling, get down, get down, get down. I could have been yelling anything, but it's just like the police do. You just give loud verbal commands of what you want somebody to do, then just continue to drive them towards the front door. I think the last thing they expected was to, encounter me.
Police arrived 90 seconds later, but the smash and grab thieves managed to get away. And though they escaped empty-handed, they do manage to cause $5,000 worth of damage.
You're good, man.
Above all else, Kyle is grateful that no one was seriously hurt and has some advice for anyone who works in a business that could be a target.
You can never be prepared for something like this. You can train and prepared that way. But these days, always pay attention to your surroundings. If you have your head buried in your phone and you got a guy next to you that is pulling out a baseball bat, you might not know. So just pay attention to your surroundings.
Get out! Get out!
This passenger is being removed from the plane because, according to the airline, he's failed to keep his mask on and has been berating the staff.
How dare you shovel? What the that pillow dragged below my nose? Made me wait 4 hours for this flight. Do you understand that? You made me wait 4 hours.
Adding to the man's fury is that he claims to have removed his mask for only a moment on a flight that is already hours behind schedule.
Warning. One warning. That's it. You gave me one warning. I pulled it up the second he said something. The second he said something, I pulled it over my nose.
The passenger's wife, who also allegedly failed to comply with the masking policy, is being removed as well, along with their 2 children.
Give it to me.
And as the man continues to rage at the attendant, his wife pleads their case to the other passengers.
They're kicking us off, and I don't know why. We're Americans, civilians, everything. That's it. It fell off his face and we apologized and fixed it. It wasn't good enough for them.
An attendant finally ends her impromptu press conference by ushering her down the aisle, prompting a string of legal threats.
Let it go viral. What's your last name? Right, what's your last name? Everyone I know is an attorney.
Of course everyone you know is an attorney. Popcorn, anyone?
Once the rest of his family are off the plane, the man makes a final attempt to turn the negative attention onto the flight attendant guiding him out.
Turn around! Turn around! Face everybody, Frank! Face everybody, Frank! Go ahead! Turn around! See why you're the woman!
To no avail. The couple is banned from ever using the airline services again, while the flight attendant has a new fan club. At a theme park in Rye, New York, customers are trapped on a ride.
Hey, stop!
That's apparently stuck in reverse.
Oh, that's crazy!
And all terrified spectators can do is try to calm the riders from the sidelines.
That's scary.
According to news reports, the malfunction is caused by an electrical issue, for which there is no easy solution.
What a plug! A plug? There's no plug?
Including the ride's emergency stop function, which failed to engage.
That's crazy.
Two park technicians head to the control booth.
This is why you don't get on these rides. This is why you don't get on these rides, dog, you see?
And less than 1 minute and 6 reverse revolutions later,
10 minutes more.
they cut the power source and bring this dizzying 10-minute-long nightmare to an end. The park later releases a statement saying the operators followed all protocols and EMS workers evaluated the guests, determining that none were injured.
That's a sign.
However, at least some of the riders and some of the spectators were probably done with the park for the day.
Hey, stop!
A wise choice, because no matter how much the odds are in one's favor, if you play long enough, someone, somewhere, is bound to pay a price. At a reptile center in Utah, this alligator, Darth Gator, is the star of the show at a child's birthday party. Trainer Lindsay Bull, who has worked with Darth for nearly 4 years, starts what she believes will be a routine feeding.
Darth knows what's up, he knows the routine, can smell the food, so he's generally in that food mode.
But today, that food mode is a little too aggressive.
We got trouble in here! We got trouble!
So once my hand grazed his mouth, he instantly thought it was his food and bit down on my hand, quickly readjusted and got a little further up onto my wrist. And then from there, he first thrashed his head. I saw him go belly up and kind of held my breath and rolled with him and hoped for the best.
The man who comes to Lindsay's aid, a parent at the party named Donnie, suddenly jumps in. Sitting on the gator's back to prevent another roll.
I did not know Donnie before that situation. I don't know how much he weighed the consequences, but he effectively said, here's a situation, I need to help. At that point, I was in a pretty substantial amount of pain. I had also hit my head pretty hard when we went for the roll. So my head was really ringing. So I just asked him to have a conversation with me, keep me kind of conscious here.
You all right? You all right? Okay.
I would say everything was pretty slow motion. I knew that eventually he would let go, and I just needed to stay conscious long enough for him to do that and then get out of the enclosure.
And Lindsay's instinct is spot on.
He opened it wide enough for me to easily slide my arm back out.
But now, it's Donnie who needs some help.
I looked into the enclosure and realized, well, we have to get Donnie safely off of the alligator. This is his first time doing this. He doesn't know what to do.
Baby! Come here. She's dead.
With Donnie now safe, Lindsay is taken to the hospital, where she is diagnosed with a ruptured tendon in her hand and eventually receives a surgery to repair the damage. Today, she has almost full mobility in her wrist, and perhaps surprisingly, is back working with gators. Even Darth Gator himself.
I can say I have no hard feelings towards Darth. I cannot say that Darth was not upset at me.
The Reptile Center releases a statement thanking Donnie for his heroism, saying that his help and others, combined with the training of Lindsay, probably saved her life and her limbs. An attempted theft has forced a store lockdown in Indianapolis as employees wait for authorities to arrive. No customers are allowed in or out, including the suspected thief.
Why you doing it? Man, just put the clothes down.
The bag of clothes the man recording is referring to is what she allegedly tried to make a run with when it was time to pay. But a quick-thinking employee thwarted her escape by locking the front doors.
This don't make sense. You stealing
from the dollar store.
And now, unable to leave, the woman decides to help herself to some more of the store's goods.
She gonna eat some popcorn. Look at him! Look at him! Look at him!
But she apparently has no intention of eating.
Oh, no!
Or drinking.
Hey, little bitch.
Look at him! She poured. She poured. Oh, no!
It seems to be more about just making a big, big mess.
And then it's liquid.
Oh, she's snapping.
And the would-be thief is just getting started.
Where this bitch at?
Oh, she poured out like she in a club. Oh, look at her. She opening up laundry detergent. What's wrong with her? She pouring bottles in this bitch. Look at her. I think she done drunk some of this.
Nearly every aisle is a victim.
Is that Rice Krispies? Where the police at? They taking them too long. She got ammonia right here in the cleanup aisle. So
Ammonia. No, she's pouring ammonia. That's strong.
After 7 minutes of inexplicable mayhem,
oh my Lord,
authorities finally arrive.
Are they here?
Yeah.
Thank God.
And arrest the woman.
She wanted to go to jail. That's all she wanted. Look, she happy now. Is that what you wanted? You did all that for this? Real good.
Fortunately, because it happened in a dollar store, odds are the total damages were minimal.
Damn, she acted a straight clown in this bitch, what?
In Colombia, a helicopter with 6 people on board departs on an aerial tour. And as multiple people film from below, something suddenly goes horribly wrong. Just after takeoff, the helicopter, carrying 2 pilots and 4 tourists, appears unable to gain altitude, loses control, and hits the building. Inside, one passenger's camera records the crash. And as the engine slowly grinds to a stop, it appears that all of the passengers are, incredibly, relatively unharmed. Though far from safe, as the chopper is now balanced between the building and a telecommunications pole.
Mamá, estoy en un helicopter crash. Le amo mucho.
While they wait for help to arrive,
Y llega la policía y todos nos va a salvar. Pero muchas gracias, rezar por nosotros, por favor, please.
one passenger reaches out to his family.
Dad, I just got in a helicopter crash. I'm stuck in a building and I'm really high up. I love you. I love you. Right now, I'm stuck next to a telephone pole. I love you, Dad. I just want to let you know that I love you, and thank you so much for being a man in my life, and I love you. Thank you so much, Dad. We're stuck in between a telephone pole, thank God.
As people watch from below, one of the pilots manages to climb out slowly from the wrecked cockpit, while first responders on the ground and some on the roof seem to prepare for any and all outcomes. The passengers on board now keep as still as possible for fear of shifting any weight within the helicopter.
No estamos moviéndose, por favor. Listo.
Then, after being suspended for 3 hours, everyone on board is rescued with the help of cranes and ladders. According to media reports, one of the pilots sustains a broken leg and lacerations on his body, while the passengers suffer only minor injuries. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation. Paul High is working the graveyard shift when he comes face to face with a 500-pound black bear.
I was on my way to go change the outside trash, and I was walking towards our automatic door, and it opened. And then I seen him try to come in, so I stepped towards him, and then he comes into the store, kind of lunges at me.
And though working in this area has given Paul plenty of bear handling experience, this time is different.
I usually have to run him off at least once or twice a night out of the parking lot, never out of the store though. I was just trying to get him out, that way he didn't, trash the whole place.
And this bear's behavior is making that much easier said than done.
As soon as the bear lunged at me, my whole train of thought changed, and I was just like, yeah, you can have whatever you want, man. Just take it and go.
Fortunately, there's one item in particular that looks a little tastier than Paul.
He actually grabs a bag of Snickers and leaves.
But the bag of candy bars isn't the bear's only score. On another night,
That was the other graveyard guy. His name is Dave. Apparently that night, the bear laid down on the floor and ate a whole box of Three Musketeers.
But even after the sweet feast, Paul's co-worker has a much more difficult time getting the bear out of the store and calls for help. When authorities arrive, the bear finally acquiesces. But not before grabbing one more snack for the road. The spontaneous visits stop after the California Department of Fish and Wildlife capture the bear and release him somewhere far away, making it one less troublesome, cranky customer for Paul and his co-workers to bear with.
It was not in the job description to get bears out of the store when I was hired. That was not part of the deal.